What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. Now, I want you to understand something. Every person that you know, if you're a person that you struggle with obesity, you've yo-yo dieted, you gained, you lost weight, you know someone who is obese. I'm going to give you the root cause of individuals who are obese and who struggled with weight at any point of their life. It comes down to one thing, and this is something nobody says and no one will tell you. And the root cause of it is you're addicted to eating at the end of the day. And there's no judgment in that, because I was the same way. Everybody who's struggling with obesity, overweight, are individuals who consume too much food. These are individuals who will mask those spiritual issues with socially accepted terms like, I like to eat, I'm a foodie, I love my food. Now, this is the key. There's nothing wrong with loving food, but the relationship with food has to be reestablished in order that the relationship that you have with food is not toxic. It's just like physical relationships or platonic relationships that we have with one another, okay? Just because we're in a relationship doesn't mean it's healthy. Sometimes you can be in a relationship and it's toxic. And we remain in toxic relationships because we don't understand that the things that we're doing, maybe the things that we're expecting or not expecting of ourselves and or from others, is problematic and it's not fair. Once we work on what is expected of me to give, as well as what's expected of me to mutually reciprocate and to receive from who I'm with, then I can have a healthy relationship. And then once I establish a healthy relationship, the people that I'm around will shift as well. You see, when your relationship with food changes, the selection of foods that you eat change. The frequency of how often you eat changes. When you eat changes, and how much you eat changes. So the reason why we're having a lot of these physical issues is because we have toxic relationships with food. The impetus of what I've just told you is spiritual. So if I go and I get gastric bypass surgery, no judgment. If I get Ozempic, no judgment. If I get any kind of medication to stop me from eating, it's taking my appetite, but I'm not addressing the root cause of the problem. The root cause of individuals with obesity, it's not your thyroid. It's not your genetics. Nothing is wrong with you. It's that you have a spiritual problem that has been overlooked, ignored, not explained, and someone hasn't been able to help navigate you through that process. The reason why I know this so well is because it was an aha moment that I struggled with during my own battles with obesity. But let me tell you something. When I was able to understand that, and when I was able to reestablish a proper, healthy relationship with food, all of my physical ailments left. Just like relationships. Why do people stay in toxic situationships? A lot of them are delusional that what they're in is toxic. A lot of people have no clue that what they're eating, how often they're eating, is even problematic. So you find a lot of people who will eat and say, hey, I'm going to be a vegan. And then they're eating corn and they're eating pasta and they're eating all these processed foods. And a lot of times vegans can be just as overweight and unhealthy as meat eaters. And once again, you took that same toxic relationship with food from meat eating and you carried it over to eating plants, and you fell for the hype on Instagram, Reels, TikTok, but not understanding that your problem is not if you eat meat or not. Your problem is that there's a spiritual issue that has been overlooked. So I hope this helps. All right. These are types of things that we deal with the world's greatest transformational process. All right. There's still a couple hundred seats left. I think about 300 seats left. If you were watching this on Instagram, you'll see it in the link of the description of the page. If you're watching this on Facebook, you'll see it below. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description. All right. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and we'll see you on the next one. Salute.